going to start with Pixar Movie Magic, one of the pieces we did in Disneyland. Features a lot of your favorite songs from Pixar. And when the lights are flickering, or I'm done. Wait till it was weird. And given our time, we might cut out one of the pieces even because we've already played them all. But we've got 4 or 5 pieces that Symphonic Band's going to do for you. It's a motion they played at Disneyland. We got one with some fun special effects, which we need the special effects for, so we have to find those real quick. But looks like they're they're finally in place. So we're going to get started with Symphonic Band and Pixar Movie Magic. All right, more Disney coming at you. Pretty much our whole set here. This is selections from Moana 2. Say Moana, I was like, yes, and 2, and they're like, oh. Right. So far, our consensus is music good, movie bad. That's most of what the kids seem to think. So you can draw your own conclusions, but here's our highlights, our selections from Moana 2. Nothing like live music. One thing you practice from beginning band on is when things go wrong, because they always do in any live performance. No such thing as a perfect performance. If somebody tells you this, they're a perfect liar. So, but when something goes wrong, what do, band? We keep going, we fake till we make it, those are all good things. But we also pretend nothing ever happened. We pretend that you don't know anything. Because who's going to call the poor kid out that just squeaked? Nobody. Even if you heard it, even if you noticed it, you're like, oh. You're not going to go back and be like, hey, I heard that squeak, nice job. I hope anyway, please don't do that. That would be mean. I actually have seen people do that in theater. I cracked this high note at the end of the first act one night, and backstage, one of the guys working the show was like, hey, I heard that note. Yeah, everybody heard that note, dude. Don't point it out. So, it's one of the things we practice, though. What we practice not doing is going, when our neighbors make a mistake. Or maybe it was him, and he did that to put the blame on his neighbor. Creative. Pretend nothing happened. Anyway, we're going to move on. This is our silly piece, so nobody pass it down. Throw chickens at people. Don't really throw them, please. This next one, they're supposed to magically do that. No, just pass it down, Jody. Jody, no, don't want instruments broken. This next one's called The Great Rubber Chicken Galop. And as you can see, they all need rubber chickens. So at some point in the piece, they will play their instruments. At some point, they may clap or do other things. And at some point, they will all play rubber chickens. And I think, we don't have the fancy mustache siren whistle today, but to all their great dismay and your not great dismay, we're going to call this our finale, I think. We had one more Disney piece that we were going to throw in there, but they're losing it, so I can't imagine how you're feeling. So we're going to call this our finale, and I'll stall for another minute here while they do stuff. But thanks again. It's been a great year. It's hard to believe on one hand that it's over. We only have 2 weeks of school left after this, and on the other hand, it feels like it's been a year. So, but it's, most of the time, they're really great kids. It's always an adventure. Middle schoolers, as you know, because you live with them, are a fun lot. Everybody thinks I'm crazy most of the time for enjoying doing this job, but I really do. It's a special age, and I know that, so it's okay. It was different when I had one in my house for the first time, and I was like, I don't like you as much here, because it doesn't shut off. At least when we're done, I can just say bye-bye. But they really are. They're great kids, and I know they've got so much energy, and I don't always see the things that you see, and you don't see the things that I see. Sometimes we have interesting conversations, and you're like, they did what? They behave how? What? And that's how I get with my child, too. Everybody tells me, oh, he's so nice, he's so helpful, he's so well-behaved. And I just smile and nod. That's exactly how he is for me all the time. So, thank you for sharing your kids with me, for sharing the year with us, for sharing the night, and spending all your time here. We're going to finish off with The Great Rubber Chicken Galop.
right, you thought the concert was over? No, not yet. We have at least 8 speeches. Now everybody, come up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So this year it was supposed to be a secret, but apparently we suffered. I don't know what else to stall. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, every parent that helped. Don't care about the order, just get in the line. Thank you, everybody who helped and made this possible, especially the people who helped on the Disney trip. Now, Leon, get up here and take the microphone.
Okay, as Jody was saying, hi, my name is Leov, and I'm in jazz band, and I knew Mr. Bowman since Simon's 5th grade. And here's a speech I wrote for Mr. Bowman. I first met Mr. Bowman when my parents wanted me to play the alto saxophone in Simon's. My first thought when I saw him was like, wow, he's going to be like any boring teacher. I was wrong. Until we started, the first day we started trying different instruments. You know, trumpet, trombone. If anyone was in Simon's, please remember this. And I thought, wow, this is actually the funnest thing I ever did. And 4 years later, in jazz band, playing at our spring concert, I made way more fun memories. Like the Disney trip we just came back from, or the mega festival we all played at. It was just so fun. But it was all made possible by one person. Just one person. That was Mr. Bowman. So, he set up the trips, he set up the concerts, he even set up this whole program. Sure, he might have gotten some help from our staff, the school, and most of all the parents who helped us. But he is like the main person of this. He's the one who leads all of Castellero Band. And as I was saying, we are so lucky to have a teacher like this. And in his words, he did not suck as a teacher.
Hi everybody, my name is Samit, and I have been under Mr. Bowman's direction for 5 whole years now, because I started in 4th grade in Simon's. Over these past 5 years, I've grown as much as Mr. Bowman's hair. But in all seriousness, I've learned so much about music from him, and I've enjoyed being in band just because of him. Obviously, we all know that Mr. Bowman is the most organized person ever. He always sends his emails on time. But really, he's such a funny person, and he always brings a smile to all of our faces. One thing Mr. Bowman does really well is he makes band feel like more than just a class. He always encourages us to do our best while keeping class interesting and enjoyable with his constant sarcasm. Whether we're preparing for concerts or Disney or anything, he's always there to help us. I know I can speak for everyone when I say that band would not be the same without Mr. Bowman. Thank you, Mr. Bowman, for all the time, effort, and care you put into teaching us over all the years. We truly appreciate everything that you've ever done for us. Give it up for Mr. Bowman.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Xavier. Band is more than music, and that's due to teachers like Mr. Bowman. Mr. Bowman, thank you for always being patient and encouraging us and pushing us to do our best. You taught us confidence, teamwork, and dedication, not just how to play music. We really appreciate everything you do for us in band. And thank you again for everything you have done for us.
Hi guys, how are you? I'd like to thank Mr. Bowman for suffering through teaching me for 5 years. And, I don't know, I feel like I've learned so much from Mr. Bowman, even though I never paid attention to these I now have a newfound appreciation for jazz, and I get really excited whenever we have a new song. I always think about, when I think about Mr. Bowman, I think about how he always has a joke to me whenever, in any situation at all. And
Before I start, I want to know that I'm improving because after I wrote the speech, I realized that it didn't really do Mr. Bowman justice. There are many things to say in a short amount of time about Mr. Bowman. He's kind, funny, sarcastic, passionate, and an awesome teacher, and most of all, patient. He has been so patient with us these past few years, even when our class was a little hard to teach, especially since we're middle schoolers. And yeah, he has made me realize that choosing band was one of the best choices I have ever made. Mr. Bowman, these past 3 years have been so much fun, especially with you as my teacher. From the moment I stepped into the band room for auditions, I knew that you were going to be one of my favorite teachers, and I was right. You have done so much for us just so we can learn to play an instrument. You're patient and supporting. I came here as a beginner, and I am now leaving as a percussionist who actually knows what you do. Thank you, Mr. Bowman. Hi, my name is Mila. I've been playing for 2 years now. When I first made it into band, I told Mr. Bowman I played viola, and he asked if I was in the wrong class. I was indeed not in the wrong class. But I worked hard in the beginning to get to the level I am. From the first time I performed, to the millions of songs we've rehearsed over and over again until our hands hurt. Mr. Bowman has been the best teacher I've had in over 10 years of my education. Thank you for making it to our top #1 teacher, Mr. Bowman. Mr. Bowman, I can't believe my time and the other 8th graders' time is up here in Jasmine. I don't even know where to stop. Even though I've only been in band here at Castello for 2 years, I've made many memories with you and my peers. Though all of us in band are sometimes annoying, always asking useless questions, and being hard to handle, you still care about us all. Band is the classroom I feel safe in when I go to school. I always know I'm going to have a good time during 5th grade, whether it's when playing our new songs or listening to my new non-funny jokes. Furthermore, I'm sure you'll miss band class of 2026 as much as you will this year. My time in Jasmine gave me many core memories I'll never forget, especially the Disney trip I went on last year. I sort of apologize for my talking during class every day, and I'll miss you and Jasmine so much. Even though this is the last concert we'll all ever have, all levels in again. Thank you, Mr. Bowman, as your conductors, and my peers as players in this performance and many others. Though middle school Jasmine isn't a whole story of my band career and art, but a chapter, it helped build me and my trumpet skill better than anyone else, and I'm forever grateful for that. Thank you so much. But before I go, a friend asked me to read his speech since he couldn't come to his performance today. This speech is from Jamal to you, Mr. Bowman. Hey, Mr. Bowman, I just want to say thanks for everything over the past 2 years. When I first decided to switch out of art to join band, I just wanted to try something new, and I'm really glad I did. Looking back, the Disney trip was a huge highlight of 8th grade. Even though I didn't get on many rides, just being there with the band and my friends was such a blast and a memory I'm going to keep for a long time. I also want to thank you for pushing me to move from beginning band to jazz lab in just 1 semester. I know that was a big jump, but it really helped me step up my game, and I was so stoked when I made it into jazz band this year. Thanks for always keeping it real and for helping me actually get better on my instrument over these last 2 years. I learned so much in your class, and I'm definitely going to miss it when I move on. Thanks for everything, Jamal.
Okay, y'all, give me a deep breath, because I am the last but not least speaker. Now, it's almost like it was yesterday where I saw my web leader, Eliana, do this speech to you. And you know what I thought? Wow, that's really cool. I want to do it too. So here I am. I could never believe that you gave me the privilege to conduct a help out in TA. You saw something in me that everybody saw, but you acted on. For most of my life, I've been told, and I quote, that I am a natural leader. I think most of you can tell. But Mr. B told me, and I quote, not to use my powers for evil. which I listened to most of the time for the past 3 years. I can't believe this all ended so fast. How I had to write this speech and organize this, quote, secret, even though everybody kept talking about it in the middle of class. Now, this whole year, I've been stressing about this exact moment. You've seen me at my worst in my desk. We've been through days where you have last-minute flat tires and I'm 30 minutes late to zero period, and you ask me to leave broken months, but guess what? I'm still in bed. And you've also the days where you said I did an excellent job on my solos, where I looked at you and said you're lying. And the days where you tell me to sit like a flute player, or I will send a picture of you sitting like this to your flute teacher. Or, and this is every day, the days you tell me to be quiet. All of those little moments that you might have forgotten shape me as a flute player today. It's hard to believe that this is the last time I'm doing a speech for you. It has been so fun being your student and, quote, not sucking. Now, of course, with the help of Lindsay, Jennifer, and everybody who donated and helped along the way, we got you a gift to show you how much we love and appreciate you. Now, this was my idea. Saxophone.
Love us so much, they'll love us even more if you take your chair and stick it on the rack on the way out.